guys, today's video is going to be on the Mcfarlane Page Punchers Woman of Tomorrow Supergirl action figure. The retail price is $28.49 and I did purchase this at GameStop. This version of Supergirl is based on her look from the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic. The movie Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is coming out on June 26th of 2026. So Mcfarlane might be making the toys for this movie since they always release the toys before the movie comes out. So I'm thinking, he might be the one that's releasing these. Let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging here. That is the front. Sides are all clear. There's the barcode if anybody needs it. And then we have the comic book on the back. All right, let's go ahead and open it up. Okay, that's a close-up of what she looks like in the plastic. And Mcfarlane only used one tie to tie her in here, and I like when he does that. It makes it a lot easier to get the figures out. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories that we get. We do get an extra set of fist here for her. Also, I do want to mention while we're talking about hands, she does come with a flight hand on fresh out of the package and one holding hand here. And if you'll notice, it's not a trigger hand, it's an actual holding hand. I believe Mcfarlane gave us just this one holding hand on her left hand because you can recreate the cover of the comic book that way. But in the comic book, she also uses a sword in her right hand. So I would have loved to have had two holding hands. That way, you had a choice on how you wanted to display her. Then she has her sword. It's a pretty nice looking sword. I like the little flower detail. And the stripes, it looks pretty accurate to the comic. It also has, the comic book also shows these little stripes on the hilt as well. Then we get the character card. There's the front, and here is the back. And of course, the standard Mcfarlane black stand. And then we have the reprint of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic book. And if you noticed, I did stop to point this out while I was unpacking it, but it did come out of the package damaged a little bit on the corners and also up here and back here. So that's kind of a bummer. And another thing I noticed is we do not get a flight stand. We do not get a flight stand with this release. So she does fly in the comic book. I'm not sure why they didn't give us a flight stand. The Kingdom Come Superman, which I have right here, is in the same wave as her, and you can see right here that they did give him a flight stand. So I'm not sure why she didn't get one. She should have came with one, in my opinion. I'm not sure if they decided to get rid of it because they were giving us the sword instead. I don't really know, but I would have preferred that it did come with one. Let's go ahead and talk about the figure. So she is a great looking figure. Her face has really good detail. Go ahead and get a close-up for you guys. She looks like she's ready to fight. Like, I love the attitude on her face. I mean, she is a fighter. And that's all she's doing in the comic book is fighting in the Woman of Tomorrow comic book. So I love this facial expression. I think it captures, her personality. Her hair has really good detail on it as well, with all the curls and the definition in the strands. And it kind of looks like it's, blowing a little bit in the wind. Her emblem is painted on. Now, this emblem does look different than the one in the comic book. The S looks a bit different on there, but I don't think that's, a deal breaker or anything. She does have a seamless look all the way down her arms. They painted the joints blue, so it gives the illusion that her sleeves come all the way down to her hand. And this also means that she will not have a problem with wrist articulation. She can do that 90-degree bend, no problem. Her belt is molded on top of her skirt here. And her skirt really does have good detail as well. It's pleated all the way around, and it looks like it's kind of like blowing in the wind a little bit, kind of like her hair, which I love. She does have a soft goods cape. Go ahead and straighten this out for you guys to look at. It is made of the cloth that I prefer, at least out of the ones Mcfarlane tends to use. I do prefer this cloth. She does have the S on the back of her cape, and it has wire on all three sides. So this soft goods cape is going to be like the one that came on Power Girl. I think hers is a little bit bigger than Power Girl's, but I absolutely love it when Mcfarlane puts that wire down at the bottom. It just makes styling the cape for display like 20 times better, in my opinion. So I'm super happy to see that. The wire is sticking out a bit at the bottom here. I'll have to see if I can pull the fabric and stick it back in there. The gauge of the wire, it doesn't feel extremely thin, but it is a thinner gauged wire. The wire at the bottom feels a little bit thinner than the one he used on the sides. But yeah, I also did have a problem with the wire coming out fresh out of the package with the Power Girl figure as well. So I'll see if I can fix that later after the video. Moving down to her thigh-high boots. I love her thigh-high boots. They have some wrinkle detail at the knee. She has some gold trim at the top. One thing that is disappointing is that her knees and ankle joints are different color red than the rest of her boots. And again, this is a problem that we see with Mcfarlane figures. It's disappointing. I know that some people, this is a big deal. They will pass on picking up the ones that have the color differences. I'm willing to overlook that because I love this figure so much. But I do know that it is a deal breaker for some collectors, so I wanted to mention that. Okay, so we'll go ahead and look at her articulation here. So her head can go down that far. She's not able to tilt her head back, and that's because of her hair. And this is a problem with a lot of Mcfarlane's female figures. They don't have they're not able to tilt their head back very far because of the hair. But I mean, she is able to do it just a tad. Her head will go 360. Her arms go up more than 90 degrees. She does have double jointed elbows. And again, her wrist will do the 90-degree bend. They tilt and rotate. and also do 360. She can lean back that far. It's pretty good lean. She can tilt forward a little bit, just a tad. She does have upper rotation on the upper chest area, and she is able to also do 360 at the waist. She does have the double jointed knees, and also the typical Mcfarlane ankle articulation, able to tilt and rotate, go up and down, 360. And she is not able to do the splits because of her skirt. It stops her legs there, but that's not a huge issue for me. For the body, when I was looking at her, she reminds me of Starfire, and I have the body here just to show you guys. And it looks like I was probably right. So the arms look similar, even this little part up here by the shoulder where Starfire's glove was. You can see that she has the same top part here. The elbows are the same. The wrist joints are the same. The chest overlay piece looks like it is different. The ab section is the same. You can see there is the same line here on both of them. I'm pretty sure the diaper is also the same, but the skirt, it doesn't really move. Her legs are also the same. They just gave a new overlay up here for the different boot topper, but it has the same wrinkle detail at the knee, same ankle joints, and then Starfire just has heels on. So yeah, I think this is a reused body from the Starfire figure. All right, guys, so I was filming some shots for B-roll, and I decided to put one of the fists that she comes with on her, but I'm having an issue because it's not staying on. Like, if you want to move it around, it does, it can move around, but you see that? It doesn't even, it doesn't pop into place. So I'm not sure if that's just my figure or if this is going to be an issue for all of them. But yeah, you can see how loosely it just sets on there. So I did want to mention that to you guys. So overall, I really do like this figure. She's definitely a huge improvement from the last Supergirl figure that Mcfarlane released, and I'm very happy to have her in my collection. I like that we're getting the extra hands and we're getting the sword that she has in the comic book, but I still really wish that she did come with a flight stand. That's going to wrap up today's video. Thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next video.